What up there on YouTube, Guitar Land? It's Music Man RN coming at you with some Dave Matthews. We're going to cover Two Step, one of my favorite Dave Matthews songs. Kind of an oldie but goodie. I use that term oldie loosely because Dave's been around a long time, but these are some of the ones that I grew up on. One of my favorite songs to play, very up-tempo. We're going to be using a lot of Dave Matthews style chords. You'll notice on some of the newer versions of that kind of elongated intro to the song, we'll start off with that. We're going to be in a D minor chord here, and this is kind of the key of the song, this D minor. And you're going to play through from this chord to a C chord. Again, we're going to be using like these classic Dave Matthews style chords. And that's C to your G minor. Those three chords comprise that little kind of intro where there's a lot of vocal ad-lib. A lot of times, you know, Dave Matthews seems to just make them up or changes them every time. Very cool, but you can kind of play through that as long as you want. Let's play through it real fast. So that's kind of that intro, elongated intro. Then you actually get to the kind of standard intro of the song, which again, back to this kind of D minor chord. You're going to be kind of playing that. From that position, you got a little bit of a stretch here, but you kind of want to get to that 6th fret. You kind of turn this kind of position, this D minor, kind of into kind of a C, or excuse me, a E flat kind of a chord. But this ring finger is going to stay down the whole time. This guy's staying there on the 10th fret of the G string. So you kind of have that D position, and you're going to the 6th fret, a little bit of a stretch, and then from there to the 8th fret, kind of into a C position. And then right before you go back to that D minor chord, you're going to add one more little bass note change before you go back to that D bass note. You're going to fret that 8th fret of the A string, and then your kind of hand is right in that position to go right back into that D minor chord. So you kind of have that boom, 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 boom. So you can do that again as much as you want. That's kind of more of the intro. But eventually the song's going to start off, and you're going to kind of get that lyric that, hey, my love. And that's basically the start of the, the actual verse of the song. So basically we're going from that D minor, kind of a B flat kind of a chord. And we're only staying on that B flat just for a split second. And we're kind of sliding up 2 frets, a whole step up to a C shape. So you kind of get that, hey, my love, kind of goes along with the lyric. From there, you're going to go to the only kind of standard chord being played here is this kind of F bar chord. Then back to your B flat, to an A minor, to your G minor. And that sequence right there of that F to your B flat, to your A minor, to your G minor, is a common theme in the song. That's going to be repeated a lot. It's even going to come up at the end of the chorus later on here. So let's basically play through that and kind of get to what we covered here. And after that G minor chord, you're going to go back to your D minor, do the exact same thing, back to the F. You're repeating that same pattern, but the difference is the second time through on the verse, instead of going back to that D minor like we did, we're going to repeat that F. B minor, B flat, excuse me, sorry, to the A minor, to the G minor. So again, that theme, that sequence starting with that F kind of bar chord, it gets repeated a lot in the song. So let's kind of play through that whole thing. And you're going to repeat it. Then back to your D minor. So you can see how you kind of just repeated that F to the B flat, to the A minor, to the G minor at the end of that verse before you kick back to that D minor chord. So you're just going to repeat that kind of pattern throughout the kind of verses until eventually you're going to get to the chorus. Your chorus is going to start off with kind of an F bar chord. From there we're going to go to that C position. And from there we go to the G minor. And you notice we're repeating a lot of the same chords again here. And then from there you're going to have a real kind of quick little pattern here where you're going from this kind of B flat to your A minor. Kind of real quick on both of those. And then back to your F. Let's kind of play through that a little bit. You can kind of see how you're just, that B flat to the A minor is real quick kind of at the end of that chorus. You're going to do that throughout the chorus until the very end of it. And then at the very end of the chorus, you're going to throw back in that F part that we talked about that gets repeated a lot with that F. To the B flat, the A minor, to the G minor. And you'll kind of notice that the lyric going on there is that things we cannot. And then back to your D minor, change. So that's basically the chorus. Just at the very end of it, you're going to throw in that kind of repeating theme. So let's kind of play through the whole thing. Excuse me. Ooh, destroying that D minor chord. But you get the idea. Then you go back to that D minor shape, and basically just kick off the next verse or however you want, wherever you are in the song. So again, chorus. That F to the C to the G minor, then that B flat A minor, and I guess you do it 4 times. You repeat that pattern. And then at the very end of the 4th time through it, after you're on that A minor chord, then you get to that things we cannot change part, where you're at your F, back to your B flat, to your A minor, to your G minor, and then all the way back up to your D minor chord. So that things we cannot change. So that basically covers that. That's pretty much the whole song. It's a lot of fun to play, very fast tempo. There's one kind of thing that goes on at the very end of it when there's a lot of jamming going on, and you're kind of repeating that D minor to that kind of B flat to C sequence. There's one kind of spicy strum thing that you can do, and I'll just kind of play it real quick. You can kind of end off the song on that. There's a little fun way to spice it up at the very end. That is basically it, though. This is a really fun Dave Matthews song. I hope this is helpful to those of you trying to learn it. And until the next time, this is the Music Man RN. out.